guys, welcome to another vlog. I am re-energized today. Mind you, it is after lunchtime, but I edited and got that video up for you guys yesterday. It's just started to rain, but we're on our way down to the track, and I haven't been there in like a day and a half since we finished up the other day. So we're gonna go check out the condition of the track. I need to have a quick look over exactly what we need to get for the beams, and we're gonna head out and get the stuff we need for the beams. Russ has been working on the loom. He said that it should be done by, he said Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. So with any luck, the loom's done today. So yeah, I need to go and get all our piping or whatnot, our fittings and whatnot needed to get the fuel system done. And I need to look into getting a cable for the throttle, so then we can start the car, because realistically, oh, and an oil change and stuff like that I need to do still. So a few little things to do. The chances of it happening before the weekend. Cars in the Clouds, guys, as we currently know it, is still going ahead. I'll chuck a poster up right now. Now, as far as we're at the current moment, we're still going ahead with Cars in the Clouds. The 500 person limit is restricted to venues with seating, i.e. basketball areas where you'd be sitting down and watching seated beside people for more than a 2-hour stretch. So currently we are allowed to do that. If you are sick at all, please just stay at home, guys, as much as we'd love to have you there. If you do have any symptoms, A, go see a doctor, and then B, probably don't come down to a car meet and risk getting other people infected. This is a threat, you know what I mean? So it needs to be taken as such. We're still gonna go ahead with the meet though, but obviously if you are feeling under the weather at all, please don't come. Just, you know, shout out, get it around for all the people that are healthy and can come down. And either way, we hope it'll be a good one, and I am trying to get the 8.6 done for it. So we'll see how things go. I don't want to push it, but I definitely would love to have that car on the road real soon and show you guys content of that thing rolling around the street, because that's gonna be sick. All right, let's go to the track. All right, guys, out here to inspect the track. First of all, it's just cool. But it was funny. I was doing hitting a part of the track that we wouldn't normally hit, but because of where the concrete is, I could hit it, and I just realized now that I might need to put some more concrete in, because this part right here, where, to be fair, 99.99% of people will not touch this part of the track, but I was having a really fun time touching it, because I was running my car here, and you can see by the skid marks that literally stop here and then restart down there, that I was getting a pretty decent jump going on. So that's cool. I was hoping that I was jumping it, and you couldn't really see it that well in the footage, but schmeck, loving it. The wall's been copping an absolute, everybody's been loving scraping their bumpers down the walls. I've done a couple scrapes there myself. Actually, if you look at the marks here, someone sort of scraped it kind of hard. There's actually bits of their bumper or whatever scrape almost on top of the wall. But that's all good, that's rad. Everyone had so much fun on it. And I think we're gonna have to eventually concrete all the way to the wall, just based on how much the clay is sort of getting dug up there. But it almost looks like there's been a speedway event here, because you look at, because of that stuff, you got all mud like on the fencing there. But man, the track looks to have held up amazing. The surface, definitely getting a lot of rubber now, heaps more grip. You know, it's just getting grippier and grippier as we go. So that's super positive. My jump here behind us. It's, looking at it now, we very much rushed it. It's not much of a kicker, but definitely got some decent air in the 350Z off of this. So you can see it over there. Yeah, definitely gonna have to try to do that again, I think. But a lot of fun. You can see where I was jumping from like here, and that big one I like landed over there, and that's easy, like 8 meters distance at least. So that's pretty cool. Instead, Larkins, he was talking about there being no grip and where he hit the wall. Larkins came up here and actually tapped the wall with his back wheel right here. So the reason there was no grip is because he was up here in this like dirty rubber basically where nobody goes, and that made him run a little bit wide. So a few little marks from where people have been enjoying tapping the new wall. Just mostly just taps and stuff, which is great. People just really enjoying it and having a damn good time, and it's still surreal looking at this now. I can't believe we did it, guys. It's just sick. Still a little bit more cleaning up we need to do with the dirt and everything else. We need to backfill like this edge along here so the water stops sort of sitting there. That's all going to get done very soon. And obviously get rid of a lot of this dirt here. We might turn this into a bit more of a pile to sort of replicate the jump we intend to make in the future. But guys, it was so good down here on Sunday. I can't even, you just have to come down here and enjoy it. It was just so fun. The amount of speed coming off of this bank you can carry down into our Nico drop. You're hitting our Nico drop now so fast, and it's just like, you used to go into Nico drop like there. That was like the good spot to go into Nico, where now you can get into Nico right at the start and be up on 3 wheels like for ages. It's so fun, man. I'm just blown away by how goddamn well it's worked. It's just amazing. I had the best time on Sunday. One of the best drifting times I've ever had was on Sunday here at the track. So, you know, I've driven a lot of stuff. I know it's mine, so I'm biased, but damn guys, this shit is so fun, and everybody that came and drove had the same opinion, so I'm not on my own there. So much fun, ridiculous. The bank is so sick. It's just, I'm just, you know, just so damn excited about it, guys. It's sick. All right, I'll go have a little look over the 350Z and how it ended up by the end of the weekend as well, because she definitely copped a hiding. All right, just before I left the other day, I just sat the new front bumper on there because I did have another front bumper ready to go. So new front bumper back on there. My passenger side door is pretty bad, to be fair. Couple more hits, so yeah, it definitely copped it this week. But the car just keeps going, hey. I do have a new left front quarter. I have 2 spare doors, so I'll put a new door on it soon. I really need to find over fenders. Guys, tell me where to find convertible over fenders. I need new ones. The rear bash bar did an amazing job. One thing that people were worried about with my bash bar is that would it bend forward and hit the tire? That's a yes, it does happen. But it's very easy to also bend back as well. So I've sort of, once or twice it got bent, sort of just touched the tire. I just bent it back and it was good to go again. Amazingly, crazy amount of backies, touching walls, doing all kinds of silly stuff. Taillights are still perfect, which I'm stoked about. The rear quarters are still in the same spot. Like, that's pretty crazy after a weekend we had. And then Chop was dooring me, which I'm absolutely stoked about. He also, I spun in front of him and he hit me in the front of the door. But overall, considering the crazy amount of thrashing this car copped, it's doing a-okay. And I don't know if anybody noticed in the footage, but my right rear wheel is like doing it's sort of, it has a whole bunch of camber and is also towing out quite heavily. So the car wasn't driving anywhere near as good as it could have been. So that is absolutely something I need to look into ASAP. But I do have a bunch of GK Tech stuff. Should be arriving any day now to be able to put a bunch of fresh arms under the back of this car and just see if it's related to that tow arm. You know, a lot of stuff is still bent in that right hand side. If it turns out the cradle's damaged, I'll just be getting the cradle out of that one and just popping it straight in and go from there. But overall, 350Z is an absolute champion. Running perfectly. I had one issue during the day where my clutch started to slip, but I also was thrashing the crap out of it, and I had myself and another dude who was heavy as well in the car, and she was copping a hiding, but as soon as I let it cool down, it was good again, so I'm not too bothered on that. The clutch came good, so yeah. Alright, well, let's look at what we need for the 8.6. Okay, 8.6 engine bay. I need a -6 line that goes from the bottom of this to another pipe that sits down there. What else do I need? I need fuel line. I believe that's -6 as well, so I'll need one female, and I run a return fuel setup on the 8.6. So yeah, give me a second, guys. Alright, I think I got myself a list. I'm going to take down this little piece off my fuel rail to make sure I get the right fittings to suit my fuel rail. But I think if I get everything that's on here, which I think I can get today, we'll be in action. And maybe Russ is coming tonight. I'm not sure. I have to talk to him, but he said he had the loom. So there is a very slim chance that the beams could start today. We'll see how we go. I don't know. It'd be rad if it does, but I'm not getting my hopes up yet. Russ is a busy man, and I'm not that great at cars, so I definitely want his help. Well, be rude not to hit the jump while I'm here, right? It's got me questioning whether we should even fill this in anymore, because jumping it's really fun, and I'm in the Raptor, so yeah, let's do it. Oh, that shit's too fun, guys. Might have to have a jump day here where we just don't even have drift cars. We just have a jump day with 4-wheel drives. That's too much fun. Oh my god. Alright, so just come down to Chops to find out those pipe sizes. Turns out it's 37mm. I think normal radio hose is 40mm. So either way, it'll work out. Head to the performance shop now and get what we need. Ready? No. Ready to lose all the money? Bag of stuff ready to make the 8.6 work, hopefully. RC give me a great price. I've had a trade account with them for quite some time, so my prices are pretty good here, so happy with that. The money I saved on not having to do a diff and the little bit of money I've made back out of 350Z easily paid for that, so still in the green with car stuff. That's good.
You still have to do...
You need to do like a... You know that show Two Broke Girls?
Yeah.
How at the end of like every episode it does a tally of how much they've made and spent and stuff. We should do that in your videos. Do like a Two Broke Girls thing.
But I think that's a terrible idea, because then sometimes you'd know what I spent on car stuff.
I know what you spend anyway. I'm in charge of the accounts. And then I always find out everything. You know this.
Isn't it funny the way that people like think they know everything, but obviously they wouldn't know about the things that they don't know about?
Either she gives it up, your mates give it up, I find out somehow, someone somehow throws you under the bus, and then there's those times that you throw yourself under the bus.
Too many people dogging the boys around here.
There's maybe like 1 out of 100 that I don't find out about.
That's not bad odds though. We've all got to gamble every now and then, right?
Please, tell me about my dynamic.
Do you have Corona?
Yeah.
I'm not exactly super comfortable chiming in.
Alright guys, so I didn't end up getting to get back down to the track just because I had a lot of time and things that I needed to get done with the kids, and just didn't get a chance to get back down to the track to get any of that beam stuff done. However, I do have Larkins coming to help me tomorrow, so give me a chance to get that. But what I thought is I would take a little bit of time, and I got a handful of my old BMX magazines, and I know a lot of you guys are probably young, just gauging on my viewer statistics and all that stuff that YouTube gives me. But a lot of people don't know that I had a professional BMX career a long time before drifting came along. So I'm going to show you guys just through some of the magazines and just sort of talk about it. And it's pretty interesting because I just pulled them out and just put little sticky notes where there is a couple of pictures and stuff like that. So yeah, enjoy it with me. It's a little walk down memory lane. And when I say memory lane, I mean some of you guys weren't even born around this time. Like the first magazine here is old. I don't know. It's a lot of it's around like sort of 2002, 2003. So I'll see what I can find. The first one I got here is, when is this from? Trying to find the page. 2005. There we go. It was first place in some comp. It was just an ad. I don't know why I put a sticky note on that. But it's interesting. 2005 was probably the last time I competed in sort of an Australian big competition, and that was 2005 BMX Games, which was like Australia's biggest event at the time, and ended up being the first person in the world to pull a 900 on a mini ramp. And yeah, just a little comment here that says Luke Fink makes history with a 900 on a mini ramp. A bunch of cool things about the event. And then, what is it? It was a really good year. I got 2005, so I got third in dirt jumping. I got first in park, so skate park. I got second in mini ramp, and I got second in vert. That was a really good year. That's the kind of years that in a BMX career you make some pretty good money. Anyway, that was that magazine. Get that out of the way. Magazine number 2 here. This one's cool because front cover. It's one of my very, I wouldn't say one of my first front covers, but front cover of a magazine there, upside down in a full pipe. So that's pretty rad. What have I got here? I think there was like, yeah, it's a full like interview. Oh no, it was an ad. I was so skinny. Was so skinny. A full interview here, pretty interesting. Big wall tap up there, and it's pretty funny. So this is from like 03, after winning the BMX World Championships, and just interesting stuff to sort of read back on. Another truck driver to fakie there for anybody that knows about BMX. Another one like some Superman. Nice big wall ride. So yeah, most of the thing I look at when I look at this stuff is how much skinnier I was. So funny for everybody else, but not me. But that front cover, interestingly enough, so big full pipe on the front cover. Funny story, it was like a 40-degree day, and the guy doing the shots just kept saying, you know, do it again, do it again, do it again. And sure enough, it ended in me stacking and splitting my knee open quite heavily, and ended up in hospital. And you see here, so there's me doing it, and I crashed and split my knee all open, getting my knee fixed up. But yeah, pretty interesting little thing. Another front cover here after winning the BMX Worlds. Again, just a different magazine though, I guess, doing the article. Should have got Tiana to help me do this so I could have found the pages quicker. But, oh, that's another interview. Yeah, Jesus Christ, see, look how skinny. It's actually cool. A lot of the photos in those articles is like overseas stuff. So a lot of the pictures in that article were, you know, from the States, and that was like that was my first trip over the States as a BMXer. And then the UK magazine, Ride UK, did an interview which was really rad. I think it was Chris Polak that shot the photos and stuff, and it was definitely a sick time with that guy shooting photos. But huge whip in a drain, some pretty cool portrait shots, which is rad, you know what I mean? Like, this is literally, I think, 2003 or 4. Doesn't say the year anywhere that I can see. Either way, it was like some time ago. Actually, it must have been probably 05 or 06 because it talks about a little bit about drifting. So that was sort of the time I was only just starting to get into cars and stuff. So nice. Over ice. Cool wall ride thing. And then, yeah. I don't know. There's, yeah, a little bit of talk in here about drifting, and so I just got my 32 Skyline. So this must have been, yeah, probably 06, 07, because I got an R32 Skyline at around that time, and that's sort of when I got into drifting. So, yeah. One of the only crookeds I ever did down a handrail, which is kind of cool. But, yeah, that's another interesting one. 2020 front cover. This was one was very controversial because there was a guy from Strictly BMX guys will know, but the guy that owned the shop was a bit of a dick to me a lot of the time, and they had this kicker ramp set up, and I put a bush like in front of their logo, and it ended up getting a front cover. And I remember him being like super pissy about it, but the guy didn't like me, I didn't like him, so it was no big deal. What else we got? Geez, this is a long time ago. This would have been 2002. So a bit of a mad sequence there, very old. Jeez, man, this stuff's crazy. And what else have I got here? I'm sure I've lost a few of you by now that are watching, but it's cool. This was 2020 when I... So Flip Flatty there. Don't know what else is in this magazine. I've marked some stuff. Armadillo, they were one of my first sponsors. So you got Armadillo. Just doing a little style out air there, which was pretty damn cool back in the day to get like magazine stuff. So this hand plant, anybody into BMX skating knew of Western Park in Sydney, and that hand plant from bowl to bowl was like a pretty freaking big deal at the time, and hand planting over it was just sort of seen as just ridiculous. So that was a very cool thing for me back in the day. And I've got just another two more here. Interesting to see. Really cool. In Portugal, when I did go to the Worlds, got to shoot is one of my favorite shots probably ever. Just rad. I found that like really cool back in the day, especially just getting to, that was my first time overseas, and just surreal really, just being over there. And one more magazine here just to look at, just to show you guys, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a sick brag, it's just like, I had a life before drifting and it was still fun. And yeah, geez, this is old. Wow, this has got to be, yeah, so this is 2001. So this is very old school. Look at that head. That was a freaking long time ago. Nice little rail. It must have been a shoot I did all in one day, like with one photographer, I guess. So yeah, anyway, that's a bit of my BMX career, just because I still wanted to do some stuff for the vlog today, and it's kind of cool to take a little stroll down memory lane. Oh, yeah, that's right, the posters out of these. So it was cool, there's a couple of posters in different magazines, and it was weird. There was actually a drift friend of mine, not a drift friend of mine, sorry, a drift guy in Adelaide, and I ended up breaking down in that Skyline that I was talking about earlier, and I needed to get it fixed. And we go to this guy's house, walk inside, and on his wall is this poster. And I sit down on his couch and I'm just sort of looked at the poster and just sort of like laughed a little bit. And he sort of looked at me, looked at the poster, looked at me, looked at the poster, and he's like, holy shit, "You're Luke Fink," and he was right into BMX, you know what I mean? So it was like, that was pretty funny, because he didn't expect, I guess, me to rock up at his house or whatever. And this one was definitely one of the more cooler ones from, I think, 05. But yeah, anyway, that's a little bit about my BMX history. It's literally like a lifetime ago now. I know some of you guys watching weren't even born in 2002, so that's pretty wild. But I did have a professional BMX career, and it was rad. It was really, really cool. Just traveling all over the world riding BMX, and I think the only thing that sucked about BMX was getting hurt. And that unfortunately did happen a lot. And with age, you get a roll cage, and that's sort of what I've done. And yeah, anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Really hope you liked this little walk down memory lane. And tomorrow, I promise we're getting some beam stuff done, because I have Larkins coming to help me. So it's going to be rad. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Bye.